How's it going? Um, I'm gonna take time to do this video because I want to speak for to a large majority of the colored black women, whatever you want to call yourself, that may or may not who that watch this video, and I want to speak specifically to those women because I think I got a lot to say that that may be appeasing to. It's just the truth. Um, I feel like blacks in our media, black women, are treated a certain way in a certain manner in our music, and I'm not even talking about in overall media right now. I'm talking about specifically in black media. Whenever you turn on a music video, you tend to see lighter girls. If you see a black girl, she's ass out, face down. You know, a true, and I know that it has a profound effect on the black community. Um, Primarily because I noticed that the love, the respect or love you have for your race generally derives from your love, the love of the beginning of the giver of life. God is the giver of life, and I'm saying aside from God is the mother and the father. But it generally starts, the first true women that you love in your life is usually your mother, and I think that has a large it has a huge influence on you. And I think a lot of times these men grew up and I don't know at what point in their life they start to believe that in order to succeed in life they have to get either a white girl or I mean seen as sophisticated. Let me put it that way. They got to get either a white girl or they got to get a Spanish. It's funny because you'll meet some of them. They kind of want, you can tell they kind of want to go with the white girl, but they can't really. So you'll see them get like a mixed girl who looks more white than black, or a Spanish girl who kind of looks white. And I always whenever I see that, I always think there's a person, there's something there. Now, I'm not saying that every person who finds a light or mixed. I mean, my wife is actually mixed, but so it's not a statement about every person that finds a mixed girl or anything to that effect. It's just more so a statement, basically saying when you can tell the difference. When you go with a person like someone like me, I've had girlfriends of all different colors, and I find beauty, and I just find beauty. I don't care if you black, white, Chinese. I just think I think women are beautiful. I think women from all races, creed, kinds, they're all beautiful. You have some that are beautiful, you have some that are not. But I think in the black community, it's like they're almost programmed not to find the black woman beautiful, and I think the black woman has a lot to do with that. Too, I mean, they're not totally absolved from the situation. I just think in our community, we focus so much on being different. It's like we want I mean, from the time you little kids, the kids that get the most attention are the ones who look the furthest from the normal black person. If you're a black person with normal brown eyes, you know, brown to dark brown, skin complexion, you use a throwaway kid. You just regular. The majority of black mothers, which is like I said, I think they're the foundation. Seeing as most majority, sad to say, but the majority of the black fathers are not there. So what happens is a lot of these black men grow up with black women who teach them the same value that inevitably end up hurting their own race, because the black mother is the main one telling the black man, who when when the black brother brings home, the black dark skinned girl, the mother almost looks at her like she's a nobody. She's the one that teaches, that puts those feelings into the black child. It's like, nobody's excited about when that person chooses to have a kid. It's because they're thinking he's just gonna have a nigger baby. That's what the mom. I think that's what the mom thinks, because that's what I see. I see that. It's like, he's gonna have bad hair. They almost want their child, and this is not normal. I'm not talking about the middle to like middle to lower middle, working class to high middle class. That's not how the black community is. I'm talking about the lower class black people, black guys, black families, when the ones where the father isn't there, because the mother has a lot of self-hatred. And so when she had, so what she sees, because we all want to pass on genes we feel is going to help our child succeed, gonna make their life easier than ours was. So a lot of times the black mother sees her skin as something that was a detriment to her. So she doesn't want her grandchild or her child's child to go through what she went through. So she wants her child to be lighter. She wants her grandchild to be lighter, so that their life will be easier, because they felt the light-skinned girl had it easier, which a lot of cases they do. Go watch it. Why? That's just how the black community, the lower class black community is, because they feel that is more acceptable. So what ends up happening is the Black Mother Institute like feeds this into the child the entire time. Every time she sees a little light-skinned girl, oh, she's so pretty. Look at a little pretty girl. When a little black girl walks by, dark-skinned girl, beautiful, cute little black dark-skinned girl, they walk past and they sooner spit on her. It's like they don't. You never hear them say that. But the minute they see a little red girl or mixed girl, it's like you see so many of them. What makes them a novelty? They're normal now. But because of the hatred in the black community, the aspiration and the, I want to say, worship and outright worship of light-skinned people in the black community is sometimes disgusting. It's like it's just like an emotion. Like they can't help it. They always treat them better. They always when they see him, they say, "Oh, how beautiful this is." So the kid grows up and he's seeing that, and he's the same mother who calls him ugly and won't give him any. Is fawning over the little light-skinned kid, so, and treats them better. All the things that you want from, so the little black boy grows up. He's a great football player, great basketball player, great actor, great whatever, and he becomes this huge entertainment star, right? Because generally, sadly, that's what a lot of lower class black men become successful, is through entertainment. So they become entertained, and so what do? The minute the light-skinned girl hits on them, they're like, "Oh crap! I have an opportunity to bring home someone I know my mom will accept. I know my mom will be excited about." So they bring them home, and the mom is excited. And when they can't wait, oh, why? That's when the mom's all in, have some kids. Now she got, the other little, if he came home with a dark skinned girl, I guarantee you, their parent would be have some kids. It's only when you have the light skin, because the mother, who has years of self hatred and self-demonization, she's having a child, and it's her chance at redemption, her chance at having a better life for her child, which inevitably ends up bad, because you can't, you are black. There's no escaping that. You know what I'm saying? And there's beauty in being black. As far as I can understand, there's beauty in being black. Just take. This is my problem. And this is why I say black women have fault in the situation. Be proud of how you look. When I say that, that means don't go out. I hate to see this. It's almost like putting on, like putting fake boobs on. It's like, when you see, I see two types of people in this world, and I think to myself, that person has some real character flaws. When I see a man who is dark as night with a girl who comes from a hood, who he comes from a low income area, by the way he talks, he sounds very, hood, he sounds very country, and you see him with the most prissy Beverly Hills white girl on the place. There's some character flaws there, because there's nowhere in the world they have crap in common. He has that girl on his arm because she to him represents his acceptance card. To him, that's his acceptance card. Once this white girl, now he's, that's his trophy wife, because she's she's who he hides behind to prove how sophisticated he is. She kind of gives him a pass to go places that he normally wouldn't be able to go. He feels more accepted when he has the white girl with him. And I think, and every time I see that, I think, and I'm not, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that every black guy who has a white girl or vice versa is somehow, sometimes people just love each other. But I'm saying, when you see the situation where there's nothing in common, this guy met this slut girl who's probably going to milk him for everything he's worth at some party or at some place where she knew who he was, she knew how much money he made, she knew his potential, and that's why she was with him. They have nothing in common outside of that, and you're sitting up there and you wonder why after 2 years she's getting one, because she's smart and he's an idiot. He's only dating her because she gives him acceptance. So he's only dating her for that. And she's only dating him because she knows he's dumb enough to not make her sign any type of prenuptial agreement or anything like that. Or she refuses to sign any prenuptial agreement because she has all the cards, because he's pretty much, he's a hack. He's a simp. Like he's pretty much, she knows she can milk him for all he's worth, and after 2 years, 3 years, she generally does milk him for all he's worth. And you go look at all these black. You go look up online, all these black guys who ended up marrying all these rich white girls, and what ends up happening? 3-4 years later, the white girl don't slept with him for a year or two, and till she finally got in good, and then next thing you know, she divorces. She gets about 1 or 2 kids out of him, or maybe 1 kid, and then then lives the rest of her life in luxury because this idiot is paying all her bills with his limited income. That's probably going to be gone the minute he stopped playing football. So I went off track, but the point about the situation is you see a lot of that when you see that, and I think that's some character flaws there, man. Like it's seriously something wrong. But I also see the character flaws when I see like when you see like the black girl with like the weave down to her back. That to me says the same thing. It's like there's some character flaws to me. And it's like I said, I don't have a monopoly on opinion, but that is my opinion. I feel like there's some character flaws there, because you can't. That's not naturally how you're supposed to look. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that and you trying to get an understanding of why would you do that? Like, aren't you proud of your own hair? Why would you go out and look for a Native American or European style of hair? Like, don't you love who you are? Don't you love your hair? Like, I mean, when you watch the old 60s, 70s videos of the old Black Panthers, when the women were beautiful, they didn't have the hair down. They had their hair in froze. They had their hair just natural, and they were beautiful. Pam Grier and all those old time, black queens, they were beautiful. Like, I just never understand that. Like I say, I look at it, I see some character flaws there, because I feel we're made to be. Our hair is not made to be down our body, our face is nothing. It's our structure. Our faces are not made to be like that. Black people generally got high cheekbones, strong jaw. We have those features for a reason. And when you throw hair over it, you cover the very features that make you beautiful. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think it's ridiculous. If I have high cheekbones, if I have a shorter haircut, it's going to accent those cheekbones. It's going to make you're going to see them better. But when I have hair flipping over them, it covers the very thing that makes you beautiful. It covers the very your strong jaw, your like I said, your high cheekbones, your Asian type eyes that a lot of Black people have. All those things become more accented when you have a shorter haircut. But when you see these girls who, like Kelly Rowland, looks ridiculous with hair down here. Her face, she looked beautiful before when she used to have a little short haircut. Now she looks like a fake white girl who looks like she has a bad weave. There is a huge character flaw there. There is a huge bit of self-hatred in that situation. And it also, and so you can look at her and tell where her self-hatred comes from. Comes from the fact that she sees Beyonce and she feels Beyonce's success solely because of how she looks and her skin color and all of that. And it is. A lot of it is. She has more of a crossover look. But to the Black women out there, understand, just because certain people, you don't need the white man to think you're beautiful. You don't need the Spanish guy to think you're beautiful. All you need is one man to think you're beautiful. That's all you need. You don't need everybody in the world to think you're beautiful. It's great. It will be good, and you probably will. But the point about it is you have to look like you. You have to assign yourself to ethnic characteristics that are made for you. You walking around with hair that drops down to your butt, or getting nose jobs and all this other stupid stuff to make yourself look more. And the same thing to white women. Don't go get, your body is not made for butt implant. It looks ridiculous. Your waist is not made like a Black woman to be walking around with these saddlebags that's sitting on nothing. Like, it looked like someone literally put a bike pump into your back and just kept pumping it until it came out. You're just not made that way. Your body is not made that way. And just even if you do that, it still does. You're making the compensation, but it still doesn't make up for the fact that this doesn't fit you. The same way the long hair doesn't fit you. Do what take that risk. Chop it off. Start all over. Yeah, a lot of Black women, they grew up and they messed up their hair young because their self-hating mom put a perm in it when they were 2 or 3 years old to make their hair straight because she hates the way, she doesn't want to see a nappy head. But cut it all off. Start all over. Go a couple months with a low haircut, you know what I'm saying, and let it grow, and don't cover it with a wig so that your hair doesn't grow right and is all bad. I'm talking about let it out. Cut it low and fix it, put it in a twisted, whatever you got to do to get your hair to grow out. And when it grows out, you'll see how beautiful you are, because it's almost like taking something, certain things, certain cars, when something breaks on it, that you need the same part, or the car just doesn't work right. And I think the same thing comes with looks. When you got hair of a European, your face is not made to look European. So you're not, even if you get the freakish long hair, you just look like a dude with long hair. You don't look like the masculine features that make the Black women beautiful don't look masculine, don't look feminine when you cover them with European features. It just doesn't fit. So, but regardless, you know what I'm saying, take pride in your own beauty, your own, in yourself. And don't spend your time worrying about what the next person think about you and what the next race thinks about you. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see somebody, take a couple weeks and just don't watch TV and don't watch this stupid stuff. And I know a lot of Black women, they've been programmed that way since the time they can walk, that they weren't the beautiful one. They never felt like they were the princesses growing up. They turn on the TV, they don't, even now, you go look at the Disney Channel. Who do you got? Raven Simone, High Yellow. Who's this new girl? Zendaya, high yellow. You don't see the lead girl being a dark skinned girl. You don't see the lead girl being a darker skinned girl, except for that one girl. I can't remember her name, but she was kind of in the middle of being like brownish, but she still was more on the light complected side. You just don't see that. So I mean, even then, the light skinned girl in the black community, even though she grows up in the same place as the dark skinned girl, same shortcomings as the dark skinned girl, she could turn on the TV and see a successful person who looks like she does. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the truth. The dark-skinned girl can't do that. She can't turn on, even the black kid, the black male can turn on the TV and see these high-profile superstar people who he can identify with. The regular black dark-skinned girl, and I'm not talking about the high yellow, but the dark-skinned girls, they don't feel that way because they can't even, even though they're some of them are the best singers, the most soulful singers, it's not like yesteryear where your singer can get you across anymore. They can't even turn on TV no more. All you see is Rihanna, Beyonce, all these light-skinned girls. You don't see a dark-skinned girl like when you saw, and even then you get like one a generation, like Lauryn Hill. I think Foxy Brown was around for a little while. I mean, you just don't get that. So they grow up with that self-esteem, and then they turn on the videos, and who are they role models? Who are they seeing? They don't get to go to Howard and all these places, Spelman and all these black colleges to see the successful, beautiful black women who grow up to become lawyers and doctors. And they don't get to see that. They turn on TV, and what do they see themselves? They see themselves bent over in the back of the freaking video as no more than a prop, popping there, twerking, while black guy is not even giving them enough respect to make them the center of the video. It's like that's the only time you see a dark-skinned girl in the video is when she's bent over twerking. And it leads to a lot of the problems these kids grow up, and then that directly leads to why they choose to date these scumbag guys. They'll date these scumbag guys because they're the scumbag guy is the one guy in their entire life who treated them like they were special. And when you get that dynamic, you have no choice but to fail. They don't have a father around because generally the mother, the mother is just generational situation. Same thing happened to their mother. So the father's not around. They don't have anybody who loves them unconditionally, who tells them they're beautiful, who tells them that they're gonna, that you're my baby, that I love you. There's nothing there. And then they meet the most scumbag guy who has nothing going for himself, but the one thing he does right is tell her she's special and that he loves her. So she can't, like I said, she doesn't feel her life is gonna be crap anything. She doesn't think she's gonna be anything. She turns on the TV, sees a whole bunch of light-skinned girls on TV, and she says, I'm never gonna be that because I can't, even though I can sing, I'm not as pretty as they are. And whether they say it out loud or not, they feel that way. I'm not pretty enough to be that girl or that girl or this girl. And so what do? They grow up with that same, it's sad, but they grow up with that hatred of themselves. And it's sad, man, because it leads to them having kids with no parents. It leads to the fatherlessness in America. It's this hatred that they have for each other and the hatred that the world has for them. And if we as black people gotta do better. We gotta do better in establishing who we are, what we stand for, and what we find is beautiful. Set our own beauty standards and stop formulating to other people's standards. For too long, instead of, it's like you are in charge of your own freaking life. Don't walk around asking Hollywood to put more black people, black girls in lead roles, this, that, and the third. That ain't gonna help your self-esteem, because even if you do see them, if they do put it in there, you still ain't gonna feel like they put them in there because they thought they was beautiful. You gonna feel like they put them in there because you told them to put them in there. So learn to have respect for yourself, because men are very simple creatures. You are very simple creatures. You know what I'm saying? We're not like women. Women are very layered. There's a lot of layers to their personalities. Men, we're very easy to understand. We care about three things in women: respect. These are the three guiding things that lead to that guide men: respect for yourself, being clean. That is very important. Being clean is extremely important, and being caring. I think caring is the last thing. The first thing that you're gonna see is how you look. So even if you're fat, you're overweight, and you're traditionally not beautiful, if you are clean, all that doesn't matter. Make sure you clean yourself. Make sure make you cleaning and keeping yourself smelling good and looking good, and focusing on cleaning off, making sure you can do the best you can with what you have. As long as you stay clean, you stay smelling good, and focusing on what makes you that, then you'll lead to the second part, which is respect. If you don't got respect for yourself, then how much respect? I tell people all the time, I tell when I'm talking to certain people, I always say this about women. Women don't understand. You walk around with a price tag, and your price tag is generally flipped until someone asks you about it. And then you flip it around. That's how they know how much they have to give to get what you got. Right? So if they walk up to you and they flip it around and they see a low price, that's what they're gonna give you. So if you go up to a person who doesn't respect you and has shown little to no respect for you, when a person makes an offhand joke, a person makes a perverted joke, a disrespectful joke, don't feel the need to laugh at them just because they made the joke. Because if you laugh at them, you are only creating a false sense that you don't respect yourself enough to find offense in that. If someone says something disrespectful to you, do not laugh, because how much respect you have for yourself is how much respect they're gonna have for you. So if you're talking to a man, especially a man you meeting for the first time, be extremely on guard about everything he says, because that is the man's job. He is a hunter. So he's going to do whatever he has to do to figure out what he has to do. And if he figures that he needs respect, he needs to have respect to get you, he's going to give you respect to get you. That's just fact. If you don't, if he comes up to you, you do not have to sell yourself to a person who's coming up to you. If they're coming up to you, obviously they're attracted to something about you. And even if they are just trying to sleep with you, if they're trying to sleep with you that night, they're going to try to sleep with you the next night and the next night and the next night and the next night. All it is how much they're willing to pay to get where they're trying to go. And if you continue to give it to them with little to no respect for yourself, then guess what's going to happen? They're going to continue to keep you cannot raise the price after they've already bought it cheap. You can't charge them this much, and then the next time you come around and say, no, it's gonna be double that this time. They're gonna be like, no, I'm getting ripped off. I'll go somewhere else where I ain't gotta pay that much. Because in their mind, they got it for cheap, and now you're trying to swindle them because you understood the price when y'all agreed to it. So what you have to understand is that the level of respect that is built over time, it's about patience. It's about understanding. Do you want somebody? And I don't know. I'm not a woman, but I know that the average woman can't want some guy that's just going to use their body and leave them. I mean, you can't. So what you have to do is understand the respect level you have for yourself. And all this crap about, women should be able to have sex. No, you shouldn't. Do not run around having sex. I don't care if it's 3 months, 4 months. A person who hasn't made a commitment to you, there is no purpose in sleeping with them. You get no purpose out of that except for maybe a couple of minutes of feeling okay. And once the person gets what they want from you, they're gonna be gone anyway. So what you do, like they say, like someone say, if you choose to make a man wait, then then all that means he ain't gonna be having sex with you. He's gonna be having sex with other people. And trust me, if you have little respect for yourself, then he's gonna feel he can get away with that. But if you have respect for yourself and you hold him to a standard, not only are you going to make him a better person, you're going to make yourself, you're going to put yourself in a better position, because he's going to, I don't care what people say. Women are like a lot of men put women in the place of their mothers. And you all been around bad mothers. Bad mothers let their children get away with anything. So guess what? The child never grows up with respect for authority. He never grows up with respect for women or anything else. But a mother who is tough on their kid, teaching their kids the right way to do things by being stern and by being consistent, that kid generally grows up with a higher respect level, and also grows up with a level of class that the other kid with the lenient mother doesn't. And it's the same thing. When you're dating a man, you have to put yourself in the mindset of a mother raising a child. And if you meet a man at a time where his potential is high, and you mold that man, that means you may find a guy, he may look geeky at one point, he may be a bad dresser at one point. You know what I'm saying? It's like looking at cars. Look for the fixer up that you can get at a better price, and then it will appreciate in value. It may be, it may take some elbow grease. You might have to take him to get his hair cut. Buy him some clothes so he looks okay. But take that person, you know what I'm saying, and give him the respect, the same dignity and respect you giving to the guy that you think is the best looking person on the planet. And I guarantee you that guy's going to end up turning out better for you than the sleazebag guy who's been his whole life taught that he doesn't have to give much to get anything because he's good looking. And I guarantee you will find more happiness. You will find a better father for your child. You'll find a better mate, a better husband, caring, loving, because he's going to be appreciative of you, because he knows you came to him when he had nothing to offer you, and that is going to be what's solid. But if you walk around trying to find genuine and all these super good-looking guys, you're gonna end up stuck in a either a bad relationship that is predicated on you doing whatever you got to do to keep him, because he has either some type of feature or something. He's so good looking, you just want to walk around and say, this is my boyfriend, but he's not your boyfriend. Even if you go to the extent of doing everything that he wants, he's never going to be your boyfriend. He's always going to be the community's boyfriend, and you're the idiot walking around doing whatever he says so that you can keep him. Find somebody who is going to respect you, appreciate you, and if he's not the best looking person, look for somebody with potential. A person who can have good. He may be a bad dresser, or he may have this, that, and the third, but you can have the money to help fix him up, and then now, like I said, not only that, you can help him become a person like that. Find someone like that you can just turn into a great man. Don't look for the guy who's a terrible man, but he looks good. Because like I always say to men too, what is a pretty face after you had sex with about 10, 11 times? And I'm a Christian, so I'm not speaking of that, in a cavalier manner. I'm just saying that if you're a person who's with somebody, and how long can looks last? How long is that going to be anything? It's just that. It's just looks. It's cosmetic. So after you get the extent of that is you get however many, maybe an hour of lovemaking at the most, or not at the most, but I'm saying at the peak. So that is what you giving all this pain and hurt you going through. It's for that. To me, it seems like a bad deal. Rather than finding someone who may not be the best looking person on the planet, they may have flaws, but that person cares for you. He's gonna be there for you, joking, laughing. You know, a true friend, a true partner. You giving that up for maybe 30 minutes to an hour of sex with a guy who cares nothing about you outside of the fact that he's good looking? I mean, to me, sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's about fixing people up, and I think that is a key to women understanding the dynamic between men and women, because men will give as much as you ask for. And if you willing to settle for less, they're gonna give you less every single time. And in order for us for the black women in our community to rise up to become that, they have to be themselves. You know why the black guy doesn't want to walk into a freaking gala or a ball with a woman with a freaking weave down to her head? Because it's a joke. Everybody in there feels almost like they're laughing at you behind your back. They know that's not your hair. It's like they're, it's a joke to them. It's a literal joke to them. And so the same guy who would probably be more proud if you walked in with the low, old time Tony Braxton / Halle Berry low cut, they would probably be more like, wow, he has a beautiful wife, classy, beautiful woman. When you walk in there with the weave down to here, all they're thinking is, wow, that's bleak. That's not cool. And I know they're gonna say, oh, there are white girls who wear extensions. I don't care. If a white girl wears an extension, it's still something that it's just adding length to what's already there. It's still her texture. A lot of times you can't even tell they're wearing it. But with black girls, I find it more annoying because it's like your hair is not even straight generally. Your hair is supposed to be, froey. Now there's certain tight curls, some loose curls. So I'm not making an assumption that all black people should have this type of hair. I'm just saying it's just the average person looking at it is not going to think that's your hair. They're going to know for a fact it's not your hair. And that's the difference. When the white girl wears an extension, you don't know if it's her hair or not. With the black girl, it's not her hair. And that to me leads to snickering behind your back. And they may not say it, but they're sitting there thinking, and the white girl's sitting up there proud and she's throwing her hair around because in her eyes, you wish you had what she had. Same way you may feel when you see a white girl with the fake booty. And you're walking around switching your real butt because in your mind you feel you have the real thing. And that's exactly what you have just empowered the white woman. We're not saying that's a bad. I mean, women are beautiful, like I said, in all races. So I'm not trying to downtrot one to raise the other. I'm just simply saying that what you're doing is empowering her, making her feel more beautiful. You know what I'm saying? When she turns on the TV, she already got 50 million people telling her she's beautiful. And you have just given her more incentive to make her feel like she's beautiful. While you, on the other hand, have nobody telling you you're beautiful. Nobody telling you you're this, that, and the third. So if you turn on the TV and you can't see yourself doing that, then why not at least walk around? At least when you're walking around with your normal hair and people are calling you beautiful, you don't feel like you're facade. When someone's telling you you're beautiful, you have fake hair, you feel a part of you knows you feel like that's not really you. That's not really how you look. That's not really yours. So that's why you run, and anytime someone comes in, you try to cover your hair up and throw it behind the thing because you don't believe you're beautiful without that hair. You believe that hair makes you beautiful. But if you try doing that. Try walking in a place with your hair low and hearing someone tell you you're beautiful and see if that doesn't change your whole perspective on everything. When you're walking around with your high cheekbones and your beautiful bone structure, that these girls know they can't have. They know that is yours because it is ethnically yours. And they can't go and cut their hair because their face is not shaped like yours is. They don't have the strong bone structure that you have. So they can't do what you do. So why not be a novelty instead of being a clone, a bad clone of somebody else? The white girl looks beautiful with long hair because her face was made for long hair. Your hair is made made to be to not hide your beautiful features. So flaunt your beautiful features is my point. Pretty much with love, with love, I say what I say. Faith dictates reality. Listen, subscribe. Peace.